Celebrating 15 years of podcasting, here's a memorable moment from the Adam Carolla Show's Ace Awards archives.
Shit.
Sir, I'm going to need you in that long red tie to go have a seat right over there. Go tuck yourself in there.
Look, I know who you are. Chris Hansen.
You know who I am.
Yes, I had a feeling.
How do you know who I am?
I've seen the shows. No, look, I was just here to talk to her.
No.
Yes.
No, I've got the transcripts.
Fake news. Fake transcripts. I was just coming to mentor her. Okay?
Mentor her.
Yes.
And what's this about golden shower?
Golden showers. That's a Trump shower. We take golden flakes and we sprinkle it on her fat little head. Trump showers. So terrific.
And what do you have in that bag there, sir?
That is a dildo. Not for the girl. Okay?
Not for the girl.
Not for the girl. That's for Trump. Trump's dildo.
Now, for some new memorable moments, let's get back to the Adam Carolla Show.
Trump, man, we're on the clock. That debate's first debate with Kamala Harris right around the corner. So you must be prepping like hell about now, right?
Not really.
Oh no.
To be honest, don't really have to.
You don't? You don't think she's formidable?
No, not at all. It's really a slam dunk for Trump from here on in. I'm just doing vacation stuff, golf, eating some good food.
So you're not. I think she's going to be preparing. She's going to be ready for you, Donald.
No, I'm just letting her talk. That voice is just the votes will just drop right off. The more she talks. Really, anytime a woman speaks for too long, they stop wanting to hear it.
They don't want to hear a woman? What about Margaret Thatcher? She spoke for a while. People like to hear that.
She was trans.
Oh.
If they're trans, it's okay.
That's news to me.
I didn't know Thatcher was trans.
She was trans.
Oh, I guess.
She was the most trans. You can't get any more trans than Margaret Thatcher.
Well, the tranniest of all the trans was Chastity Bono, who I never hear from anymore. But she was like way before
the OG.
Bruce Jenner even dreamt of putting a dress on. There was Chaz.
Yeah, did she come out there with the white wife beater? They come out when they transition. They usually put that on as the guy's shirt.
I will say this about Chaz Bono. Chaz is one of the few, and it was crazy because I grew up watching Sonny and Cher, and at the end they'd bring this little angelic blonde hair girl, like 2-year-old, that Sonny would be holding. Like, do you like the show? Yes, I like it, Daddy. And the fact that basically has a beard and is a full lumberjack now is insane to me. And also, like, if you would have got hold of Adam Carolla in North Hollywood at age 8 and showed him the end of Sonny and Cher and said, that's Chaz Bono, the 3-year-old angelic, beautiful blonde. By the way, if you would have said to me at age 8, look, this is the only information I'm going to give you, but I can guarantee you're going to marry Chaz Bono when you're 40. Would you take it? I'd go, fucking sign me up right now. She's going to have a bunch of money from Sonny and Cher. Look at her. She's a hot blonde. Cher's 9 foot tall and skinny
Looking at the 2-year-old, I see how she projects. She's
Both
a top
parents
prospect.
are slender and have great cheekbones, and there's fucking tons of cash laying around that family.
Neither of her parents blonde, though, which is suspicious.
Yeah, a little bit weird. Maybe Greg Allman. Either way, she'll, great musician.
Any of those fathers would be fine.
Doing Adam Chaz was only 8 years old.
Oh, sorry, Chris.
Hell, why are you talking about having sex?
No. I'm not talking about having. Did you say sex?
Sex.
She didn't play the sax. She wasn't a musician. That was.
I'm talking about a musical instrument. I'm talking about sax.
Sax, like tenor sax, bass sax.
No, we're talking about the act of sex. What you were talking about?
Like Rob Lowe and St. Elmo's Fire, like the act of playing the sax.
No, that was a sax. I'm talking about sax. You're talking about a sax.
Yeah,
You're talking about a sax.
Okay,
I'm talking about sax.
Okay, I think what you may be getting confused about, Chris, the Osmonds had a variety show, and Jimmy Osmond used to play the trumpet in their right. So, But Chaz Bono did not play the sax. She was just the daughter who'd come out at the end.
Chaz was the little girl. Her screen name was Bunny 95.
I don't think so, but I would have Chris, I'm not saying I would have married her when she was 6 years old. I'm saying if you would have got hold of me.
I have your transcript right here. I have your transcript right here. You said there was a hot blonde. That's what you're saying about an 8-year-old girl. You said hot blonde.
Well, yeah, I know. I paint pictures with my tongue.
Well, you're free to go.
Well, I don't have to leave. This is my studio, but
you were talking about a hot blonde, and when you talk about hot blondes, that means that's someone you'd like to have sex with.
No, we're not.
Not talking about.
Now I understand what you're saying. You're saying sex.
You're talking about sex, not sex. I'm talking about sex, not having sex.
Okay, hold on. You're not talking about playing the sax. You're talking about having sex with. Is that correct?
That's right.
With sax.
Not the musical instrument.
With the mouthpiece or the reed?
There's nothing in here that has to do anything with a sax. It's all just has to do with sax. Does that make sense?
You see that movie Bird? I think Parker. Charlie Parker movie. Is that?
Is it kiddie porn?
No. He played the sax in that movie.
Well, you can't play with sax.
I don't know, Charlie. Anyway, maybe I'm getting I'm getting confused here. But how old is Chaz Bono now? Is the question, because we got to figure out how old I was when I would have signed a deal with the devil, saying that I would marry Chaz Bono when I was
55.
55. All right, so that's perfect. I'm 5 years older. So when I was 8, it's as I've stated, when I was 8 years old watching Sonny and Cher, that 3-year-old would come out. And
that's terrible.
No, I'm not. No,
Chris.
With
a 3-year-old.
No, I'm not saying I'm having what with a 3-year-old?
Having sex with a 3-year-old.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when I was 8, I wouldn't have consummated it when I was 8. I'm saying I would have signed a document from the devil that said I will marry Chaz Bono when I'm an adult and we'll stay together forever. And I would have thought I'm going to get a hot, skinny blonde who's got plenty of money from Sonny and Cher. Now, Chaz Bono is one of the few who transitioned perfectly. Like, Chaz Bono is way more dude than me and you, Kyle.
Right. Yes, for sure.
Full beard, yeah.
Full fucking beard. Could probably squat way more than us. Like, Chaz has got, she's a lot more dude than we'll ever be.
Absolutely.
And then the question with Chaz is Chaz kind of used to be out there and talking a little bit and then wasn't. And then did Chaz ever get the reconstruction downstairs? Like, what's Chaz look like? And can I say this? Why is it so patently offensive to everyone when I ask these questions? Like, you're a woman now? Yeah. But you were a dude? Yeah. Did you get your cock and balls cut off? They're like, wow, what are you asking? It's like, I don't know. I'm asking a pretty basic question for somebody who says they're a different person. I'm asking maybe the only question. Not asking what kind of perfume you enjoy is not really get me any answers. And then also, what is so offensive about these questions?
Well, what is for Chaz? What's the reverse? I mean, do they add a cock and balls?
Oh yeah,
they add it. Like I could understand transitioning to a man and being like, that seems like it's just going to be a bad batch of Play-Doh.
Yes.
As opposed to just take it off and put a hole where it used to be. Seems easier.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Take it off, baby.
Caitlin?
It comes off clean, baby. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, I do feel like it's got to be a lot easier to go from that one direction to the other, right? And the other one is going to involve, like, they use, and listen, Caitlin, don't let me put words or anything else in your mouth, but
oh, wow. I might let you put something in there. Go ahead.
They use the clitoris as the head because that has the sensitivity to it. Also, whoever these doctors are,
They just
sorry,
roll
I
it,
just
they
think
just
you're-
roll it out like dough, or
these doctors are such a fucked up mess. I couldn't imagine being one of these doctors. Chaz said they're at one point saving up for a penis, but has decided it's no one's business. That's the whole thing. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's everyone's business.
Saving up. Doesn't he have share money? Can't share spring for that?
Cher lives on PCH in a house that's $79 million that was up for sale.
Cher surprisingly not
penis.
big on sharing.
Yeah, that's
Cher, not
very
a sharer.
interesting. That's very interesting.
A lie? Is she lying?
I don't.
I would pay for that. I feel like she seemed like they're close. You'd think that the mom would be like, oh, let me get that. I'm a multi-millionaire. I'll get your penis. Yeah, I'll get your penis. I'll get
Listen,
your penis.
I'm not nearly as wealthy as Cher, and I'd buy my daughter a penis.
Would you get me a penis if I didn't have a penis? We know each other. We're not,
Yeah,
close.
I mean, I wouldn't just do it in the. I wouldn't do it in the middle of March. I have to wait for like Christmas, or I don't know when your birthday is, Kyle.
May.
Oh, May. May what?
Yeah. We got a lot of time. 25th.
Oh, I'm 27th. Okay.
Oh, is that right? Look at us, Geminis.
Yeah. All right. So I'd probably get you, for your birthday or for Christmas. I might get you a new penis or a
Maybe we
penis
could just
in
tell
general.
RFK to keep his eye out for loose penises.
Yeah, RFK could grab some roadkill penis.
Driving down the road, if you keep your eye out, you can sometimes see a loose penis, and I'll pick that up and put it in the back with a falcon.
So everyone who transitions, they do it very big in public, and then when you start asking them questions, they go, none of your business. And it's like, well, then don't do it so fucking publicly. And then also, I don't know, it feels like a pretty straightforward question in terms of if you've done this. I can't figure out if Caitlyn Jenner still has the cock and balls, Caitlyn.
Oh, no, I got rid of that a long time ago, baby.
And you know Chaz at all?
I know Chaz. We've spoken here and there.
Oh, yeah.
I like her person. She's kind of a dud, baby. If you know what I'm saying, personality-wise. Yeah.
Yeah, Chaz, between Sonny Bono dying skiing, hitting a tree, and all the recording that guy did and all the royalties and everything, and then Cher and all her royalties and all her cash.
TV show.
Can't buy Chaz a cock?
Gotta have penis money. Well, all that. I mean, it's ridiculous to say that she can't afford the penis unless she's been cut off. No, unintended. Yeah.
I mean, it's probably 50 grand.
I mean, top of the line penis.
Yeah,
it's 75.
75K
for the best.
I think the state of California will provide a penis for an inmate if they suggest that they are transitioning.
Undocumented work people do get free penises.
Yeah,
when you cross the border.
I mean it. We're that close. Your mom is Cher, and you can't get a free dick.
Cher definitely has like a handbag worth more than the most expensive penis, right?
Oh yeah, you walk
she's
into
definitely
her
got a $300,000
closet. She's got at least 8 handbags and 7 pair of shoes that are more than an average penis would cost.
Made out of a penis.
A handbag out of a penis?
Well, yeah, like a rhinoceros penis bag. These are like high-end things you probably know nothing about.
Caitlyn's it's got to be kind of tough for Caitlyn because Caitlyn's in a weird no man's zone. She lives in California. She's a Republican, but she's trans, so the community's like everyone's turned on her. Like you have no home.
Kardashian dad.
Yeah, Kardashian dad. You're king without a castle.
Well, first of all, no man's land sounded pretty transphobic. Yeah.
Sorry. You're right.
Well, once I came out against gay marriage, gross, people really turned on me there.
Yeah.
I don't I'm against gay marriage. I think gay people are great. I love gay people. They're great. Yeah. It's just what they're doing is sin in the Bible. So I refuse to associate or touch a gay person. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm very open-minded.
When you golf, are you doing it from the ladies' tees now?
Yeah, of course I am. I kick ass.
No, I know. You must be
I
fucking.
drop 10 strokes, baby. I drive the green every time.
I knew it.
Wheeling, coming through.
I was wondering why you did this, but now I think we know.
And I run people over in my golf cart.
Oh.
I got a lady driver coming through, baby. I killed a lady once.
I know. On PCH. I know.
Right.
I know, right?
Well, I was distracted. I was putting on some lip gloss.
They they have a whole memorial on PCH, those white tires for people who died on PCH. It's like,
Sometimes I just throw those in the ocean.
there's like 50-something tires. It's a kind of weird memorial.
I didn't know that was a thing until recently. I always saw the white bike too.
Yeah,
and then it's that's for people who hit on bike.
The tire.
But
That is interesting, Adam, because that's what gives like the Jesus and the cross. It's like
I know that's what took you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird balancing act when you're doing the memorials. I mean, the Mexicans do it right. They got the Virgin Guadalupe candle. They got the flowers. They got a stuffed animal.
Yeah.
And then they just put it along the side of the freeway or the highway. And then white people just go, somebody died right there on Canaan? Like when was that? And then you look like you're like, the guardrail's intact. Did they jump over the end? Or did they shoot themselves there? Like they were riding a moped? Like what? Whitey doesn't do that. We don't do the rolling memorial. But it's weird. It's a little off-putting when you see it in a weird place. And I'd actually like to do that. I'd like to get the Virgin Guadalupe candle and the flowers and the stuffed animal, just put it in front of people's garage. Set it there. Have everyone in the neighbors like, a Mexican died in front of Stan's garage? I guess so.
Just set it up deep on a Target aisle, like back corner of a Target.
Some Mexican died in the toy section of a Target? Yeah, and then people start wondering, like, Stan's garage. You think Stan ran him over, like, at night? Like he was sleeping? Maybe Stan's maid died in his garage and Stan hit him with the car. Maybe the garage door crushed Stan's maid. Like,
right at the garage door, yeah.
I'd put it everywhere. That's a good idea. Because it's really confusing. Like, there was one in front of the liquor store on Barham, and I'm like, someone died at the liquor store? They die on Barham? That's my liquor store? Like, now, is it haunted?
Haunted liquor store.
All right, should we do a little news?
Let's do it.
Baby.
Let's do a little news.
Sandy Snakenberg, a.k.a. the Bubble Pirate, was arrested in San Diego. He's a local performer who has been creating bubbles at the park. And he was arrested near La Jolla Cove and was ticketed by a park ranger on August 24th. Not for reasons one might suspect. It wasn't for a violation of the city of San Diego's regulations on expressive activity, but rather because the bubbles he created were alleged to be a pollutant.
We are slowly going insane. And I've said it a million times. It's a California thing. Look, I've been to Tijuana a million times. You go to Tijuana, and the reason you go to Tijuana is to do what you want.
Right.
You eat street tacos. You go into whorehouses. Motorcycle cops are riding wheelies down the street.
Right.
That's how unregulated Tijuana is. And we used to go on surf trips with my construction crew, and we would load up all the pickup trucks with bikes and surfboards and all sorts of shit. And we end up driving through Baja. We go like deep Baja and then find a surf spot and like pull over on the side, dirt roads, no one around. When we would sit in the back of the pickup truck, because it wasn't king cab pickup trucks, it was just cab. There's two guys in the front, there's three guys sitting in the pickup truck. We would be sitting back there with a bottle of tequila, a bag of M80s, and a lit cigar, and we'd be lighting the M80s off the cigar and throwing them at the guy in the truck behind us. Then passing around a bottle of tequila in the middle of the day. Because that's what lawlessness looks like, which is the upside of lawlessness. Now, later on, when you get robbed at gunpoint at the beach and there's nobody there to save you, that's the downside of lawlessness. But it's a tacit agreement. You've entered this zone, and we were like, look, We're all 22. We're all fucking idiots. And we'd rather go to a place where we can ride a motorcycle naked in the desert and light M80s off a cigarette. And we can worry about the banditos, but that's a small price to pay for drinking tequila and lighting M80s off a cigar and throwing it on an open road. But California is not that.
No.
California is half that. California is, if you would like to defecate in public and walk around swinging a machete and do whatever the fuck you wanted, that's okay. But the blowing the bubbles, that's not going to work because that could be toxic. Like, Joe and I were down at the beach club the other day working on some comedy, and they had a problem with their septic system. And it was told to me by the guy who manages the beach club, all the sinks are shut off. So the sink by the barbecue is shut off, and the barbecues are shut off because you could be rinsing vegetables in the sink or chicken in the sink, and then that water would run directly into the Pacific Ocean, and they can't have that. Now, you're not defecating in the sink, but you're doing it. Meanwhile, the LA River is filled with homeless people shitting in it, and then every time a rain comes in, all the shit just washes into the bay. And if you go a quarter mile from where we were, there's RVs lining up the entire way with people just emptying their waste into the ocean. So they got a big problem with you and your vegetables in the sink, but they have no problem with all the homeless people in the LA River swept out into the sea. So
can I tell you something?
Which
go
is
ahead.
Yes, go ahead.
This just drives me nuts. I'm here in New York, and they did the thing with the low flush, so they cut the pipe in the back. So the amount of water that comes into my toilet, every time I flush, it's like a fat guy did a cannonball, and all this water splashes up like a fountain. Right. Then I have to clean that up, and I'm reflushing the tissue that I've now cleaned. I'm flushing more.
Yeah, you have to do 3 flushes.
Biohazard.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
LA is basically, on California, all liberal cities are this way. They have tons and tons and tons of rules, and then no rules if you just want to fucking walk around with a machete.
In fact, in this story, they were saying that there was an ordinance that the city created 4 by 8 foot expressive activity zones. So that's 4 by 8 blocks where performers and others with free speech protections are directed to go on a first come, first serve basis.
They broke up a oceanside yoga class the other month. It's San Diego or somewhere in that area too, which is somebody held a class of people did yoga, like beachfront yoga. It's like no permit.
Yeah.
Park an RV wherever the fuck you want, cook meth, do whatever the fuck you want, but do yoga. well, by the way, pay taxes and then do yoga at the beach. We're coming for you. It's not tenable. I keep telling everyone it can't exist. It can't keep going this way. You cannot have 2 separate societies, like weird fucking underground lawless
and they come together a lot. Like when I lived in Venice, you couldn't park in the beach lots overnight unless you were an artist who was going to rent one of the spaces, and then you could get there like before sun up, so you could set up. Mm-hmm. So then the homeless just got permits to be artists, and they would sell old shoes and shit like that and sit there and live on the beach. And you're like, now we're just like permitting homeless people to live on the beach. It's insane.
It's not sustainable, is what I'm saying. And we're kind of getting there fast, and I've been talking about it for a million years, and we got to do something soon. But yes.
I don't know if they have this in LA, but in New York, you can just go into an Apple store or wherever and just take phones and walk out.
Right. Yeah, it's no problems. Yeah, we have that. We have that everywhere. It's awesome. All right, what else we got, Joe?
A New York suburban county isn't going to have these problems. They're getting ready to arrest anyone that is wearing a face mask under a new law that bans covering your face. In fact, Nassau County Police on Sunday responded to reports of a suspicious person on the street near the Levittown-Hicksville town line. They found Weslin Omar Ramirez Castillo wearing black clothing and a black ski mask.
Hold on, Trump, what should we do with Weslin Omar Castillo?
Okay, I already had this drawn out. We're going to dig a big pit Okay, we dig the big pit, we throw him in there. Anybody else like him? Quote. I'm putting that in quotes. And then we put a nice little fence around there. Electrify it. Okay, electrocute the fence.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Listen, criminals are, and cartels or criminals are the most fluid people in the world. Like all they need. Oh, they're like an F1 team of crime. Like we're just looking for tenths of seconds to shave. It's just like everyone's walking around in a mask, right? Yeah. We made everyone wear a mask. Yep. In public. Yep. 2-year-olds even. Yep. So I could just put a mask on all the time and then I wouldn't really be recognized. And then I could go, what about hoodies? Oh, we yell at people, tell people not to wear hoodies. Oh, so I can wear a hoodie? Yeah. And a mask? Yeah. And no one can say shit? No. But if they did, they'd be called racist. Oh, okay, so I'm just going to put the hoodie on and the mask, and I can go to the Apple store in Manhattan and take what I want. Well, up to $1,000. Oh, okay. All right, I know what I'm doing this week. That's it. That's all they do. I mean, when I was talking last week to our homeless guest, he's like, "Yeah, we get the EBT cards from the government. I go into the Ralphs. I buy the hot dogs and buns. I give them to the Mexicans who make the ghetto dogs and sell them out in front of Staples Center. They give me 50 cents on the dollar. They got free, discount dogs and whatever. I got cash to buy drugs. That's how we roll.
Right.
That's how everything works. And that's why nothing can work other than whatever your grandpa said. Hard work and discipline and exercise. Human beings can't be trusted with anything because all we do is take advantage of everything.
All you do is fill pickup trucks full of bikes and surfboards and fireworks.
Go to the desert. That's all we do.
Whaleheads and bears.
One of the greatest moments of that Baja trip is I bought a hat that I was so proud of. And like a big straw sombrero kind of hat. And I love my sombrero. And at some point, I was bragging to everyone about my sombrero. And, everyone's just drinking tequila and surfing and drowning and riding motorcycles drunk and stuff. But I love my big straw sombrero. And, I was sitting around drinking with everyone or something. And, at some point, somebody went, Adam, your sombrero's over there on the beach. And I was like, oh, hey, how'd my sombrero get on the beach? And I started walking toward it, and it blew up. Because they put an M80 in my sombrero. And then it like a Wile E. Coyote, it had a blown top that was all frazzled and blown out, like when you put your finger in a shotgun. Even more. And it was charred.
Yeah.
It was blown out. The top was blown out and charred, and I fucking liked it more. Yeah. Yeah. All right, what else we got?
We've got a 49ers rookie receiver who was shot in Union Square in San Francisco the other day. He was there for a signing, and he was a man attempted to rob him for his Rolex watch. He got into a scuffle. Both men were shot, but the 49ers rookie Ricky Pearsall shot in the chest. Bullet went out his back. He is in serious to fair condition, and the 49ers issued a statement that he'll be released from San Francisco General Hospital early this week.
Byron, if you're in there, find London Breed, given her thing. By the way, she looks so fucking incompetent, the mayor. She's like, today, Ricky, she had to look down, but Pearsall, it's a bitch, just read over the notes. You're in a limo. You're in the limo for 40 minutes. Just fucking memorize the guy's name. He was number 1 draft pick of your team in your town, and he just got fucking shot.
She had to look at her notes to say, "We wish him the best on the field."
She looks
season
insanely incompetent. But here's what I want to say, and this is why everyone thinks I'm a racist. You watch all the official proceedings. It's like you got the black police chief with the 2 black women who are city council, whatever, flanking him. You have the black mayor of the city. You have the black DA woman who goes, we're going to get to the bottom of this. this notion where we go, we just got to get all black people on the other side of the criminals, and then that's going to somehow fix it. It doesn't. It doesn't fix it at all. There's no evidence that says black female DAs are more effective than white male DAs. We just do it, and it like satiates us. And we also get to go, well, we get the black chick, and then when she busts the black dude who shot the white receiver, then we won't call her racist. We just kind of cover ourselves. There is no indication that they do. Find me the black female mayor in whatever major city and tell me they do a better job, which doesn't mean they can't do a better job. It just means don't vote for them based on that. There's no evidence whatsoever that the towns are better, safer, cleaner, or anything. It's just everyone is black. And now we go, okay, we're San Francisco. This is how we work. But it doesn't mean the job gets done. And
I think San Francisco would be better off on a whole if their mayor was white and their receivers were black.
Yes.
Just swap these two. Ironically, the only person in this story who is white is the NFL wide receiver.
I dream of a city where all the ball handlers,
all the skilled position players
guys
are
black, and all the decision makers are white. That's the dream George Seifert had back in the day. And that clip is great. She looks, well, first off, also when you're in that position and you're only going to be in that position like for 5 minutes, you have to feign some interest. No matter who you are. You have to. She didn't feign much interest. She didn't memorize the guy's name. She didn't really know what was going on. And then she does the one I love. I love this. It's new because it's new. I love it. It's like, this thing is unacceptable. And it's like, the thing that just happened? Yes, unacceptable. Well, you should start accepting it because this guy's in an ambulance, you know? No, I'm not. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable in that it can't happen, or that you don't accept that it did happen, or that it won't happen. It's going to happen again. It'll happen in the next 24 hours. Someone's going to get shot. Not acceptable. Okay. So the problem is solved because you won't accept that a guy got shot in broad daylight in your town? Like, what is this? What is the unacceptable?
Unacceptable.
What's that cover? So if I was at your house and I had a big bowl of pudding and I dropped it and it broke on the kitchen tile, would that be
unacceptable?
Unacceptable. But there's a bunch of pudding on the floor. You don't accept that?
No. Unacceptable.
Unacceptable that I can't do it again, or is it just unacceptable for it to happen?
You know what unacceptable means.
Unacceptable. All right. Well, it's not acceptable. All right. Except for it happened. And it happens all the time. Okay. Do we have that, Dawson, somewhere?
Editing it right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
We got to start wondering about Florida Gator receivers, because Pearsall was a Florida Gator selected number 31 overall. We've got Aaron Hernandez from Florida. Gator. Was the other guy Riley Cooper? Mm-hmm. You know, he got suspended for saying the N-word at a concert.
Oh, that was him. Yeah.
Just about every receiver that comes out of Florida is getting into some sort of trouble.
This story is the craziest story ever. It's like
the Gator curse.
He was shot in the chest.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other guy, he got shot too.
Yeah. There was a tussle for the gun.
Right. So there are two separate shots?
Well, I don't know if that's not in the story, but I do know that the one bullet went through Pearsall and out his back, through his chest and out his back. Now, was it being held against him, went through his chest, out his back, into the other guy?
I don't know.
That's a magic bullet.
I'll tell
JFK.
I'll tell you it's going to be great, Donald Trump. I'm going to give it about 7 weeks. And then we're going to hear Benjamin Crump has this 17-year-old who shot him as a client, and he's going to want some money because he's going to basically explain that he went to rob him, yes, but the rich guy aggressively moved on him, escalating this situation, and now he's unable to work and incarcerated. He's going to sue him at some point. The 17-year-old is going to lawyer up and sue the wide receiver.
He will be charged.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
Oh, not on your watch. I know.
Not going to happen.
That's true. And he'll be tried as a juvenile. They already worked that one out.
He'll be charged in juvenile court.
Right.
He'll be
So
thrown into the pit.
right, but he's going to be out in 3 years, so that'll be that.
Okay.
And don't worry, he'll be on the street, and that'll be great. Yeah, that's progress, Trump. You got to understand what progress looks like. I sort of argue that if you think it's a good idea to shoot somebody at like 17, you think it's even better idea at 25. Like I feel like that's in you. That's not youthful indiscretion. Now, maybe you can make a juvenile court argument for me around 13.
Yeah.
But if you're beating off on the regular, I'll call you a dude.
Right.
You're
right,
now a dude.
Right.
You're beating off on the regular and you shoot somebody with the in broad daylight. You're man enough for me.
Also, what the crime is. Like, if a 17-year-old was lighting off fireworks
in the back of a pickup in
he was trying to set his buddy's sombrero up, and then somebody lost a hand,
stole someone's car to joyride, and slid into a farmer's market,
tried to steal a Rolex at gunpoint. That's an adult crime.
It'd be good to have that as like your drinking age. As soon as you can do that, even if you forget your license, you could prove your age.
Oh, by masturbating?
Yeah, like that would be such a great day for you that now I'm a man.
It would be. You'd be a man. I mean, the Jewish religion had it right, but would you want to work at that DMV, Kyle? People just. It's like
I didn't think it through. I'll be honest.
Kyle'd be there, and he's like, "You still got the Lexan shield up 3 years after COVID? No, not for COVID. For guys proven they can drive a car by jizzing all over my desk."
A new California bill to stop road rage. Everybody's got to masturbate before they get a license.
That's right. Take the edge off.
You got to jack one off, and then you can get your permit.
We have this. Oh, they also always explain this isn't something that normally happens
I would just say that it is very rare for something like this to happen in Union Square, and also as what was mentioned earlier. We have had an increase in officer deployment, specifically covering the Union Square area for the past couple of years.
Oh, okay.
And so, unfortunately, this incident, we are glad that the victim will be okay. But this incident does set us back from all the hard work that we've done in order to make significant changes in public safety in San Francisco. We still have the lowest violent crime rate of any major city. We are on track to have record low numbers of gun violence in particular in this city. And the police department has done an extraordinary job in addressing many of those issues, investigating those crimes, and holding people to account.
Well,
and
where's the clip we're talking about? Not around?
She has great conditioner. It's really shiny.
She relaxed the shit out of that hair. She's got a mayoral hot comb like nobody's business. Well, Dawson, I only want the one we need.
That's
so
what I'm
not around.
I'm trying to explain that right now.
Okay. Yes, because people.
What a total disaster that Dawson is.
Well, I oftentimes ask for clips, then I get another clip, but. That it's got to be at the beginning of the same press conference, I guess. All that was her explaining to us that things were pretty good over there. But I still want to figure out how this guy got shot. And also, this Pearsall guy, he got shot. I thought he was nicked or, had a nipple nick or something like that.
Yep.
He shot through and through, and he was just walking over to the ambulance like under his own power.
That's why Belichick likes the little white wide receivers. They're tough.
Yeah, they're gritty.
They're crafty.
That's a
gritty.
possession guy.
Yeah.
He's moving the chains.
He's not afraid to go over the middle.
Yeah, he doesn't hear footsteps.
No.
The other thing, it's got to be...
Pearsall got shot.
It's got to be weird where, like, his coach, because he was on, like, IR or something, you know? So
he just got off IR, exactly. He recently returned to 49ers practice after missing the past 3 weeks.
Coach got to be like, you missed 3 weeks because you said you had turf toe?
Yeah.
But I just saw you get shot and then walk to the ambulance having a conversation. So is really your pain tolerance is that low or turf toe? You missed 3 preseason games with turf toe, but then you get shot with a through and through and you're laughing on the way back to the ambulance.
I like the hard-nosed coach. It's always something with you, Pearsall. If it's not your shoulder subluxation, it's your getting shot in the chest.
Yeah, if you didn't hyperextend your elbow, it's getting shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rub some dirt on it.
Yeah. You were caught in a crossfire.
Are you hurt
Bullet
or
went through your chest.
Hurt or injured?
Yeah.
There's a
Is
difference.
the bullet in there?
Yeah.
No? Then what are you
What we
fucking crying about?
Yeah. If you've been wearing your pads right, that bullet wouldn't have entered in the first place. All right. What else we got?
We've got the top earners in Britain are fleeing over tax raids. An exodus.
Raids or race?
Tax raids.
Rates with a T.
No, raids is what
Oh.
the headline reads. Tax raids. An exodus is being reported by bankers, financial advisors, and business chiefs, with experts warning that the chancellor risks ruining hopes of faster economic growth with a widely expected increase in capital gains tax.
Hey, Kamala wants to raise capital gains, right?
It's not going to happen. She's not going to be voted in. This is all a waste of everybody's time.
She wants to do unrealized gains. She wants you to pay taxes on, like, if your house goes up but you didn't sell it, or your stock goes up but you didn't sell it. She wants you to pay taxes on the stuff you didn't get yet. I don't know why people don't feel like that's pretty intrusive shit. Like they go, hey, these people want to control your body inside the doctor's room. It's like, yeah, these assholes want 3/4 of the money I make. That's pretty intrusive. Like, why is that not, in terms of like being outraged? Like, okay, there's a couple of books in Florida where guys are butt fucking and they don't want them in the library, and you guys are very upset about that. But in terms of impacting your life, how about them helping themselves to tons of your money and then incarcerating you if you don't pay it? Does that feel somewhat intrusive?
It's a very weird time that we're living in, especially in the United States, because both sides are arguing that the government is too intrusive. Mm-hmm. And then the people that are defending each of the sides don't even match up with what we're doing. Like, we have all the super rich Hollywood actors who want the more taxes, and then we have the blue collar Americans who are like protecting billionaires' taxes. Like, can everybody just fucking pick a lane and stick in it?
How about we just shrink government a little bit?
Yeah,
that's all,
absolutely.
That's all I'd like. So listen, here's how billionaires work, right, Trump? You guys are smart. You didn't get to be billionaires by being dumb. And the government are dumb because you don't work for the government if you're smart. So what the government does is they go, here's the move we're going to make to get more money out of you. We're going to raise the minimum wage to $20 in California. And Burger King, you're going to pay up. And then Burger King goes, yeah, but we're smart. So what we're going to do is we're going to raise the price of the Whopper. We're going to take all the full-time guys and cut them back to part-time guys. And then we're going to start looking into kiosks and Flippy, the remote burger flipper. And then the government goes, why can't you just man up? And they go, but that's not what we don't man up. We make money for our constituency and our shareholders. So that's what we're going to do. And by the way, we're going to do it all day, every day. Whatever it is you do, we're moving. We're starting an offshore account. We'll do whatever we have to do to avoid whatever it is that you're doing. And we're smarter than you. And we have many people that are smarter than you. And this is what they do. And then everyone goes, what's up with these offshore accounts? Like, well, they move because you raised the corporate rate too much. But if you lower the corporate rate, then they will move back. And they go, fuck you. We're not in the business of helping rich people. I'm like, all right, well, we'll see you in Bermuda where we have our offshore accounts. And that's just what they do. They have a move for every move you have. So just know it and then just figure it out.
I don't know why, and maybe I just don't know, but the conversations about how are we going to make the government run tighter, and I don't hear those conversations really at all. I just hear raise taxes.
Yeah, we got to get more money. And it's like, how about we shrink the cost of government a little bit? What if we scaled it? What if we streamlined it a little bit?
And that's why it's so frustrating to be an American citizen that's like, let's just shrink government, because the number one thing we spend on is the military and defense. But God forbid,
can't get into that.
You can't get into that, because then people are like, no, well, I mean, you just hate America.
I think the number one thing we spend on now is the deficit.
Yes.
And so we're just paying interest on a loan that we
interest.
created that we borrowed too much. So deficit one. Then I know. I know. I just.
But you can't say you'll cut the military. That pisses off one side. But you can't say we're going to cut how much we give homeless. That never works because that pisses off the other side. It's like if everybody got on the same page of just let's shrink it, and just like across the board.
Yeah. Well, look, one could argue. Here's what one could argue. One could argue that the military is necessary. And then one could go, California spent $24 billion on homeless and got nothing.
Right.
So my feeling is look, I'm not a big fan of the military, but if we need it and we get a couple Tomahawk missiles come out the other end, then so be it. To me, it's the insane abject waste. It's just waste.
Well, I think to be fair, I think that's the exact same thing. Like there's something to do about homelessness. Just not what they're doing.
Yeah,
we should have all the drones.
I wish there was a bridge that would, monorail that would take me to LAX. That's fine. Like I think it's the waste. I think the waste in general is what people have problems with.
That's my point. Is like if you look at the military, like we're not going to fight a war going forward. That's not just drones and Tomahawk missiles and nuke subs for the rest of time. So why are we putting people in little houses across the world and little bases and little army things and paying for everybody? Like, do we need foot soldiers at this point, or I think we've passed that.
We can't. Well, the industrial complex. Right. I mean, it's so insane.
Right.
It's all insane. But the whole point is government stop talking about getting more money. Yeah. Just let's talk about reeling it in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Board of Education, don't fucking need it. Everyone goes nuts. Like when you go, I don't want the Board of Education. I go, what? What are you talking about? You don't think kids should learn to read?
Right.
We didn't have the Board of Education in 1980. I went through all the way. This may be not a great testimonial for getting rid of the Board of Education, but I made it all the way into high school before there was a Board of Education. You used to be able to just run a school in your school district. We didn't need huge unions and huge bloated bureaucracies deciding what we did. Just fucking get rid of it. Get rid of a bunch of shit. Now, there's tons of people who have fake jobs now.
Right.
And that's the problem. We have millions of people, whether it's Board of Education or TSA or whatever it is, just thousands and thousands of jobs where people don't really do anything, but they unionize and they're not going to vote for you and they're not going to support you if you want to get rid of them. So then we get this bloated shit bureaucracy.
It's like going back to the bubble story. Now we have a 4x8 box. Now you got to permit the box. You got to have somebody that monitors the boxes. You got to have a guy who says, just let Bubbles the clown fucking spray his bubbles.
I used to say all the time, what do beavers do? Like if you put beavers on the roof of the Empire State Building, they would start looking for wood to build a dam. And you go, what? That doesn't make any sense. It does if you're a beaver. That's what they do. That's all they're here for. And you go, the more politicians, the bigger bureaucracies, the more labels. Oh, this is, you got to go, you got to talk to the Coastal Commission. It's like, they're just going to do what beavers do. They're not there to not make rules. They're there to make rules, and there's going to be more, and it'll keep going, and there's not going to be less 5 years from now. There's going to be more 5 years from now, and that's it. So we're going to have to nip this thing not in the bud. It's fully bloomed, but I mean, we're going to have to figure out a way to get our hands around this thing and go, it's not the government's job. Like when I hear Kamala Harris going, I'm here for small business. I'm going to get these businesses. It's like, that's not your job. Your job is to reel it in, get rid of some of the regulation, let them keep a little more money that they make. Don't overburden them. Don't overtax them, and then see if they can do it. It's not your job to make them flourish, and you can't. That's it. It's your job just to pull back a little, let them run their business. There you go. All right. Shall we?
Tulsa King. New season coming soon.
Oh, Tulsa. Yeah, Tulsa King. I'm sorry, Sly.
You're right.
No. Joe says it's great. Joe says it's great.
I like it. I don't know if it's great, but I like it.
All right.
I enjoy it.
All right.
Thank you.
I think London Breed in their speech.
I know the exact clip that you're talking about. I heard it on KABC on my way in. And
I saw it on TV.
The only part of that we're finding on the internet is just London Breed saying, I look forward to seeing him on the field.
Do they scrub stuff? Like, should I be suspicious? Like, I was watching it on the news over the weekend where it's London Breed just says his name.
I know the exact clip you're talking about.
Huh. Interesting. And she also said it wasn't acceptable. Well, maybe... It is acceptable. I say this, I think 3 times a week where I go, I have no idea how the internet works. I see something on TV.
To be fair, when you say that, I always sit in the other room and nod and go, he doesn't know how the internet works. But
I do not know.
Sometimes your frustrations are, valid, and sometimes it's like, I don't know where the fuck it is.
Type in London Breed press conference or something.
London Breed, Mayor of London, Riley Prescott, the name, the guy, nothing comes up.
So it did exist. So I'm starting to wonder if they scrub shit now that they don't really like, but maybe.